Hi there, students. To touch a nerve, to hit a nerve, to touch a raw nerve, to strike a nerve, to touch a sore point or a sore spot. Okay, this is when you say something and somebody gets really upset about it. Yeah, disproportionately upset. And that's because they're very sensitive about that. So please don't talk about Susan tonight, because you know he's still really upset about the fact that she left him. Yeah, because if you do, every time anybody mentions Susan, it hits a raw nerve and he gets really bad tempered. Yeah, so to touch a raw nerve, to touch a nerve, to provoke a reaction from somebody, by referring to something that's sensitive. I think particularly this is when you do it by accident. You don't actually realize that this is going to cause that type of reaction. Yeah, so it's when you mention something somebody's really sensitive about. Yeah, so you really touched a raw nerve when you said that pensions are not going to increase this year. He got very angry about it, disproportionately angry. Yep, so this is an emotional response to something that's making somebody anxious, that is annoying them, because yeah, it digs up something that they're worried or embarrassed about. Yeah. He got really upset when I mentioned the name of the company that that he'd been for an interview and didn't get the job. Yeah, so he was embarrassed that he hadn't got the job, and he reacted very strongly to it. Yeah, so this is to upset somebody by mentioning something that they're very sensitive about, that maybe they're embarrassed or angry or worried about. Yeah, so you really hit a nerve then by saying that French people were sometimes unfriendly. No, I don't know. I don't know why. We'll have to try and get it out of him. Yeah, okay, so to touch a raw nerve, to touch a nerve, to get somebody riled and upset because you just said something. You struck a nerve when you started talking about arms spending, or the war in the Ukraine, or the pretty blonde girl that lives next door. Yeah, it can be anything. Yeah, and then you suddenly get this really, really strong reaction. Yeah. So you touched a raw nerve when you told the boss that you thought the company needed better interdepartmental communication. Yeah, so I think maybe somebody had been angry with him about that before or something. Okay, yeah. So to touch on a sore spot, to touch a nerve, to strike a nerve, to strike a raw nerve. Formality. I'm going to give this, I think, a 4 for informality. Use it informally. Use it in a semi-formal conversation, semi-formal writing, yes, but certainly no more. And then to form the origin. Well, I think this is it's alluding to when you go to the dentist. Yeah, and if the dentist touches or exposes a nerve in your mouth, it's really, really painful. Yeah, and that's the idea. So if you strike a nerve, you touch a nerve, it's like you really hurt somebody, but with just the tiniest movement. And I think that's the idea. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. To touch a nerve, to strike a nerve, to touch a raw nerve, to touch a sore point, to hit a nerve. Bye for now.